Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that I know a lot of you have been wondering about. How to get the confidence to say what you want in English, even in high stakes professional settings. Now, why is this important? Well, think about it. Have you ever been in a meeting where you had a brilliant idea, but you hesitated to speak up? Or maybe you struggled to articulate your concerns during a negotiation. It's frustrating, right? Not being able to clearly communicate your thoughts and needs can hold you back in your career. But it's not just about your career. Effective communication is essential for building strong relationships, resolving conflicts, and achieving your goals in all areas of life. But here's the good news. Confidence is a skill that can be learned and developed just like any other. If you're ready to take your communication skills to the next level, then I want to invite you to check out Explearning Academy. It's a professional development platform designed to help you improve your communication skills and social fluency. We offer a variety of resources, including targeted practice in our small group coaching program and personalized feedback sessions. And you can find all the details on our website at academy.explearning.co. So if you're ready, let's get into it. So how do we do it? Let's break it down into a few tangible strategies. Preparation is key. Think of it like this. You wouldn't dream of stepping into a high-stakes presentation without rehearsing, right? Well, expressing your thoughts and opinions in a professional setting is no different. It deserves the same level of preparation. So take the time to really think through what you want to say. What's the core message you want to get across? How can you frame it in a way that's clear, concise, and impactful? Once you have a general idea, practice it out loud. Yes, out loud. And I know it might feel a little silly at first, but trust me, it works wonders. Talk to yourself in the mirror, record yourself on your phone, or even enlist a trusted friend or colleague to act as your audience. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with the words and the message, and the more confident you'll sound when it's time to speak up for real. Remember, preparation isn't just about memorizing what you want to say. It's about internalizing it, making it your own. This way, when the moment comes, you won't be reciting lines in a stiff, robotic way. Rather, you'll be expressing your thoughts naturally, authentically, and confidently. Know your worth. This is a big one, folks, and it's something that I really, really want you to take to heart. Your ideas, your perspectives, your experiences, they all have immense value. You've earned your place at that table, whether it's a boardroom, a Zoom meeting, or a casual conversation with colleagues. Don't fall into the trap of self-doubt or imposter syndrome. That little voice inside your head that whispers, who am I to speak up? Or they probably already thought of this, or my accent is too strong, they're not gonna understand me. That's not your friend. That little voice is not a friend to you. So I want you to silence that voice with a resounding, I'm not listening to you because I have something valuable to contribute. Your unique background, your knowledge, your skills, your experiences, all of these things shape your insights and make your contributions valuable. So remember that. Embrace that mindset, own it, and don't be afraid to let it shine through. Remember, you have a right to be heard, you deserve a spot at that table, and your voice deserves to be part of the conversation. Think of it like this. Imagine a puzzle, okay? Each piece is important for completing the full picture. Without one piece, the puzzle's incomplete. Your ideas are like those puzzle pieces. They may not be the biggest or the most colorful, but they are essential for creating the complete picture. Without your unique piece, the puzzle will always be incomplete. So next time you find yourself hesitating to speak up, remind yourself of your worth. You have a right to share your thoughts and ideas, and they are valuable contributions to the conversation. Don't underestimate yourself. Your voice truly matters. Speak up early and often. Don't be that person who sits silently through the whole meeting only to later realize that you had the perfect solution all along. Your ideas have value, right? And the sooner you share them, the more impact they can have. But if you wait until the end of the discussion or the conversation, your point might not get the actual attention it deserves. Or worse, someone else might beat you to it. Think of it like this. Confidence in speaking up is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So start small. Maybe it's offering your opinion in a one-on-one conversation with a colleague, or maybe it's sharing your thoughts during a team meeting. As you get more comfortable with expressing yourself in these smaller settings, you'll naturally build the confidence to speak up in larger groups and more high-stakes situations. Don't be afraid to jump into the conversation early. It can set a positive tone and show that you're eager and engaged and invested. Plus, it gets your voice heard right from the start, ensuring that your perspective is considered throughout the discussion. And remember, practice makes progress. The more you speak up, the easier it will become. So start small, challenge yourself to contribute early and often, and watch your confidence soar as you become a more active participant in professional discussions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Let's face it, even the most seasoned professionals don't know everything. They don't have all the answers. And there's no shame in admitting when you need more information or clarification. In fact, asking insightful, thoughtful questions demonstrates your engagement and active listening skills. Think of it like this. Would you rather nod along, pretending to understand, and then later realize that you missed a crucial detail? Or would you prefer to clarify the issue right then and there, ensuring you're on the same page as everybody else? I think we both know the answer. Another way to think of it is asking questions isn't a sign of weakness or ignorance. It's a powerful tool that can lead to deeper understanding, better decision-making, and stronger collaboration. It shows that you're willing to learn and that you're invested in getting things right. So if you're in a meeting and a concept isn't clear, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. If you're unsure about a colleague's proposal, inquire about their reasoning. And if you need more information to make an educated and informed decision, don't be afraid to ask for it. Remember, asking questions isn't just about filling in gaps in your knowledge. It's about fostering a culture of curiosity, openness, and continuous learning. When you ask questions, you're not just helping yourself. You're also encouraging others to think more deeply and critically about the topic at hand. Be assertive, not aggressive. Now, here's a crucial distinction that can make or break your communication style. Assertiveness versus aggressiveness. Think of it as a spectrum. On one end, we have passive communication, where you hold back your thoughts and opinions, afraid to rock the boat. And on the other end, there's aggressive communication, which involves bulldozing right through conversations, disregarding others' feelings, and ultimately damaging relationships. Assertiveness is that sweet spot right in the middle. It's about expressing your thoughts and needs clearly and directly, while still respecting the opinions and perspectives of others. It's about standing up for yourself without stepping on anyone else's toes. So, how do you strike that right balance? Well, it starts with your tone of voice and body language. Maintain a calm, even tone and avoid raising your voice or becoming overly emotional. Make eye contact. Have a slight smile on your face, sit or stand up straight, and use open gestures. These nonverbal cues convey confidence and respect. And when it comes to your words, choose them carefully. Avoid accusatory language that involves blaming somebody or personal attacks. Instead, focus on stating your own needs and your perspectives using I statements. For example, instead of saying, "You're wrong," try saying, "I see it differently." This approach invites a dialogue and collaboration rather than confrontation. Remember, assertiveness is about advocating for yourself while still being mindful of others. It's a powerful communication style that can help you build stronger relationships, gain respect, and achieve your goals. So ditch the passive aggressive tendencies and embrace the art of assertive communication. Use I statements. Now, I want to spend a little bit more time talking about this communication technique that can be a real game changer in professional settings. The power of I statements. It's a simple shift in language, but it can have a profound positive impact on how your message is received. Here's the gist, right? Instead of phrasing your thoughts and your opinions in a way that focuses on others, placing blame on them ultimately, for example, you need to do this, or you're wrong, or you should have said that. Instead, reframe them to focus on yourself and your own experience and how that made you feel. For instance, I would prefer if you did this, or I see it differently, or I felt frustrated when this happened. So why does that matter? Well, when you use you statements, it can come across as accusatory or judgmental or blaming the other person, which puts the other person on the defensive. And this can trigger a negative reaction and make it harder for them to hear your message because they're blinded by anger or other heightened emotions. Rightfully so. You're blaming them, right? But on the other hand, I statements are less confrontational and more focused on your own needs and perspectives. And they invite dialogue and collaboration rather than shutting down the conversation. Or worse, turning into a full-blown conflict. So another example with this is instead of saying, you always interrupt me in meetings, try instead to say, I feel unheard when I'm interrupted. Magic, right? This shift in language acknowledges your feelings and opens the door for constructive, collaborative conversation about how to improve communication. Similarly, instead of saying, you need to finish this report by Friday, try saying, I would appreciate it if you could have the report ready by Friday. This subtle change in wording makes it more of a request rather than a demand, and it's more likely to be received positively. Remember, the goal of communication is not just to be heard, but to be understood. And using I statements is a very powerful tool that can help you achieve that goal. By focusing on your own experience and avoiding accusatory, blaming language, you're creating a more harmonious, collaborative, and productive communication environment, which is what we all want at the end of the day. Accept that disagreement is okay. Let's face it, we're not all going to see eye to eye on everything and agree on absolutely everything. And that's perfectly fine. In fact, it's healthy. Diverse perspectives and opinions are what lead to innovation, creativity, and ultimately better solutions. When someone disagrees with you, it's not a personal attack. Don't take it personally. It doesn't mean your idea is bad or that you're wrong. It simply means that they have a different perspective, and that's okay. Instead of getting defensive or shutting down the conversation or storming out of the room, embrace the disagreement as an opportunity for growth and learning. Be open to hearing their point of view. Ask questions to understand their reasoning. Maybe they have information that you don't have, or perhaps they've considered an angle that you hadn't thought of. Remember, the goal isn't to win the argument, but to find the best solution. And that often involves considering different perspectives and finding common ground. Engage in constructive dialogue where you respectfully exchange ideas and work towards a shared understanding. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to compromise your values or your beliefs. If you disagree with something on a fundamental level, it's okay to stand your ground and stand up for what you believe in. But be sure to do this respectfully, focusing on the issue at hand rather than attacking the person. That's very important. By accepting disagreement as a natural part of the communication process, you open yourself up to new ideas, different ways of thinking, and ultimately better outcomes. It's not about always being right. It's about being open, curious, and willing to learn from others. Celebrate your successes. All right, folks, this one's a bit of a victory lap, and you know what? You deserve it. Every time you push past your comfort zone and speak your mind confidently, take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate that win. Give yourself a pat on the back. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It could be as simple as a mental high five or a quiet moment of satisfaction. Think of it like this. Imagine you're training for a marathon. Every mile you run, every hill you climb is a small victory that gets you closer to your goal. It's the same with building confidence and speaking up. Each time you express yourself clearly and assertively, you're building up that confidence muscle, making it stronger and more resilient. So, celebrate those milestones, celebrate those wins. Maybe you finally spoke up in a meeting where you usually stay quiet. Maybe you successfully negotiated a raise or a promotion. Go you. Maybe you simply voiced your opinion in a casual conversation without second guessing yourself. No matter how big or how small the accomplishment, take a moment to pat yourself on the back and say, well done. This positive reinforcement and positive self-talk are crucial for building confidence. It helps you to rewire your brain and those connective pathways associating speaking up with positive emotions and positive outcomes. It also gives you the motivation to keep pushing yourself, to take on bigger challenges, to keep getting outside your comfort zone, and ultimately to become the confident communicator you know you can be. So, don't be afraid to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they may seem. They're all steps on your journey to becoming a more confident and empowered communicator. Remember, becoming a confident communicator takes time and practice and consistent effort. Be patient with yourself and don't get discouraged by setbacks. With persistence and these strategies, you'll be well on your way to expressing yourself with clarity and conviction in any professional situation. And speaking of celebrating your wins, at Explearning Academy, we're all about recognizing and rewarding your progress. We understand that developing communication skills takes time and effort, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Our expert coaches provide personalized guidance and feedback, helping you identify your strengths and areas for improvement. And our small group coaching sessions offer a safe and supportive environment to practice your skills with like-minded professionals. Don't forget to check out our website where you'll get all the information you need at academy.explearning.co for more details on our programs, challenges, and how we can help you achieve your communication and social fluency goals. Remember, your voice matters, and we're here to help you make it heard. Now, I would love to hear from you. What are some of your biggest challenges when it comes to speaking up in English? Share your experiences and tips in the comments down below. Let's continue to create a supportive community where we can all learn and grow together. Thanks for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you right here for the next lesson. Bye for now.